Hey guys, Ben Simpson here at Simpson Vlogs, and welcome to the last part in our Orlando vlog series. This is all about me heading home and the trials and tribulations I faced, as well as a final review of the holiday. So sit back, grab a snack, grab a drink, kick your feet up, most importantly, have fun, like and subscribe down below, hit the bell notification up there, and of course, check out links in the description. There's TikTok, Instagram, Rizzle, and Twitter, alongside Simpson Plays, simpsonplays.com, and my Twitch. So, well, last day. Well, it began with filling my suitcase to the brim so much that I had to put a lot of gifts and stuff in my girlfriend's suitcase.
All packed.
Then we sat down, I had breakfast, she had breakfast. We threw out all of our trash. We compiled all the dirty towels and stuff in a nice corner for housekeeping, being like a pleasant guest. I phoned in for the express checkout, so to do that Orange Lake, there's literally a button. You press it on the landline phone in there. It dials, say your name, say what room the number is, say when you're meant to be leaving, like not the checkout time, when you think you're actually going to be leaving, and that's it. And then you can just hand your key cards in at the gate, the security gate, as you leave. That's what we ended up doing. Before that, did one last tour of the villa for you guys, as well as saying farewell.
One last look around the place. Heading out in just a moment as we say goodbye to our home, away from home, for the last time.
So, after saying farewell to Orange Lake Resort for another time, probably won't be back there for quite some time, sadly, but upper and up we go. More adventures to be found, and hopefully to be shared with you guys here on Simpson Vlogs. So like, comment, subscribe down below, and hit that bell notification to keep up to date with all of that here on The Life of Ben. Well, after saying goodbye, like I said, we headed on over to, oh, pardon me, headed on over to Florida Mall. We had some time to kill. We checkout was at 11 p.m. Flight is at 6 p.m. 11, not 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Flight was at 6 p.m. So a gap. So we traveled to Florida Mall to kill some time until like 3 p.m. when we would head over to the airport to, check in and get through all of security and stuff. And I made the customary visits and traditional visits that we have as a Simpson family, of going to the Apple Store wherever we go. And as you know, after the Apple Store, we paid a visit to GameStop, where I picked up Pokemon Arceus, which I've been playing. Really good game. Just, I don't like the story. I like the game mechanics. I like where it's going with the game mechanics. I really hope that they don't overdo it though. I don't want them to be this new Pokédex thing. I hate that. I really do hate the Pokédex and this battling system. We need to change that. It needs to be like the old thing, because I'm playing with flipping and level 21 Oshawott. Not Oshawott. Is it Oshawott? No, Duot. Now he's evolved. And there are level 8s doing half HP damage. Like doing massive points of damage. I was like, how can this be? What magic is this? What? I should be one-shotting them and I'm not. I don't get it. Like, they've really made typing very important in that game, but hey ho. And of course, also got the Pokemon Elite Trainer Box, the Voltage one. That will be opened up next week for you guys on YouTube. So stay tuned for that, and you can do that by hitting that bell notification. As well as there's Lego Star Wars builds next week as well. So after all that, we ended up sitting down in the food court. I had Popeyes, and I have come to the conclusion Popeyes is 10 times better than KFC. That is the most softest and most succulent of chickens. It's beautiful. Manitimo. It's absolutely amazing. Thank God it's not here, because I would be a very fatter man. But yeah, other than that, we ended up leaving Florida Mall for the airport. So you can see my plane right here.
No.
So we got on an Aer Lingus flight. For those of you who don't know, we Aer Lingus there, Aer Lingus back. Aer Lingus, decent plane, cheapish prices. I'll go through pricing, how much we spent and everything at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, decent flight. Only thing was there was this woman on the plane who wanted to throw her seat all the way back because she was tired and she wanted to sleep. Girl, woman, please, we all tired, but don't mean you get to take up everyone's space by throwing your chair all the way back. So yeah, I wasn't having that. I didn't let her do that. Physically didn't let her do that. Caused a bit of a problem. But you know, one begrudging thing I hate about planes. I love planes. I love flying. It's just I hate when the fact that they can put your seats all the way back. I wouldn't mind if it was a bit back. Wouldn't mind. But all the way? No, 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 no. No. But yeah, we ended up moving because my girlfriend's a really nice person and endowed upon me the idea of being a nice person too. So we ended up moving seats to somewhere else, somewhere where I wouldn't be bothered by people. Thinking away from the window. First time I've ever landed. I think it's one of the first times I've ever landed without being next to the window. So it was an experience. Weird one because I couldn't see out. Like, yeah, very weird. Not being able to see my landing. Not sure I like it. Not sure I like it at all. But yeah, that's what ended up happening with that. But from there, it was all smooth sailing. Got on the train from the airport, from Manchester Airport to Manchester Piccadilly. No problems there. We literally, because we'd come in a bit earlier thanks to tailwind pushing us across the Atlantic, and we ended up, landing quite early, getting baggage, getting out to the next train. Literally grabbed some food before that. Had a burger, and then straight from Manchester Piccadilly back to Sheffield, where we were staying. Well, I said we were staying. It's where my girlfriend lives, where I stayed over. But then that night began the trial of problems. I witnessed a horrific knife crime, a stabbing of a young man. He just turned 18 apparently, and it was one of them moments where you're like, holy shit, what is life? Because before me was someone potentially about to lose theirs. It was bad, like intestines hanging out, vomiting up blood. It was bad. The ambulance took a long time to get there, so I'd heard some things about the state of my country, the UK, coming back. I'd heard about inflation being high, lack of NHS staff, lack of ambulance staff, crime rates being higher, fuel prices being higher. I experienced all that in one punch, basically. I saw the fuel prices, £2 a litre. Christ, that's bad. Knife crime, terrible. Ambulance taking forever to come over, made it worse. It was just a harrowing experience in terms of that knife crime. And luckily, I read the news and the man survived. And thank God for that, because it was horrible. I don't know if they found the guilty party. I remember watching them run off after somebody, but I don't know who they were running off after. I didn't witness the actual person doing it. I just know I saw people chasing after somebody. But yeah, that was that. It was terrible. But you win some life lessons out there, because it all started over stupidity. This guy literally was just having some sort of, one of the moments where you probably received some bad news or something, and he was getting mad and stuff, and his friend was trying to calm him down, and then people were staring at him. And this is why I always say to people, don't stare at somebody. You don't know how they're going to react. You don't know if they're not altogether up there. And in that moment, he wasn't altogether up there. He went over, smacked one of them, like a real hard hit. I proper heard that. And fight kicked off, and someone got stabbed because of it. All because of someone staring at someone and someone not being liked the way they looked at. So there's two lessons to be learned. Chill the hell out. And two, don't stare at people, because either way, it started a fight that didn't need to happen, and then ended up escalating into a stabbing that certainly did not need to happen. But yeah, that wasn't it. I wasn't done there. The next day, I almost potentially could have lost my own life. I was washing a glass, popped out the glass, I guess because it was already broken. I didn't know it was already broken. And it slit my hand open and bounced off my hand, almost sliced across here and bounced off my arm. My arm wasn't cut, luckily, but just my hand, obviously, luckily not my neck. But it could have ended up so much worse. And those 2 days really threw my life into perspective for a while. I was like, oh my gosh, I almost died. Dear. But yeah, that was my return to the UK. So I've returned to a country that is in some dire straits. You know, knife crime is a very real and present thing. It's as bad as gun crime in America, and inflation terrible, cost of living terrible, as bad as worse than it is in the United States. Um, Honestly, I don't know where the world is going, but right now it is looking like a shitstorm and going to hell in a handbasket real quick. But hopefully things can get better. Let's not stay on the bad news. Let's talk about my holidays, actual fundamental experiences. I'm going to start off by ranking the parks in terms of fun and how easy it was to get around and stuff to do. Let's kick it off then. Let's kick it off. We're going to throw Universal Studios as number one, followed by Islands of Adventure, followed by Animal Kingdom for the conservationism. Absolutely amazing there. Followed by Typhoon Lagoon and Volcano Bay, very close there, but Volcano Bay loses because of its horrible, horrible wait time system. Hollywood Studios. Now, Hollywood Studios should have been higher because Star Wars wasn't a massive Star Wars fan, right? But there's 200 people in there, it wasn't a fun experience because of that. Or not as fun anyway. And all the bookings, you can build your own lightsaber, you can build a droid, all this, yeah. Like, yeah, Disney could have done better with that one. Then Magic Kingdom, because it's Magic Kingdom, and obviously Epcot is Epcot, so that's last. Magic Kingdom is for kids, okay? It's why it's not ranked so highly. You could argue for a point that it could have been higher than Hollywood Studios, but now it's time for me. Hollywood Studios, then Magic Kingdom. So, yeah, that's the ranking of the parks. And in terms of the most fun we had was probably the time we didn't do much, you know, staying in the villa was probably one of the most fun times we had, you know, just getting drunk. Highlight. Another highlight, obviously, was the tortoise. Tortoise, the little quick dash, the little two-step, and had my girlfriend running for the hills. That was funny. And obviously, I can't deny that getting this thing is just absolutely amazing. I can't wait to properly start training myself with this and learning all the forms 1 through 5 at least, and then hopefully 6, 7, and 8. But yeah, all in all, fun trip, but not a cheap one. I do have to mention that. So let's talk about the cost then. We'll finish on the financial note, shall we say. Flights, 525 each. That is there and back. So 525 round trip with Aer Lingus. Would have been more expensive to go with British Airways to from Manchester Airport to the MCO to Orlando International Airport. That would have been 700 and something. So saved £200 there. Tickets, we got the Universal 2-week and Disney 2-week multi-pass with photo pass and 50th anniversary stuff all included, and Disney Lightning Pass, which is Disney Genie Plus, and that retailed around, I think that cost us £840 each. Then we take let's not take into account accommodation because we used points completely for that. But if we hadn't used points completely for that, looking at just over £1,000 on accommodation, it would have been, plus the $20 a night resort fees. Probably take that to around the region of £1,400 it would have been if we'd paid for all that. But because remember, I didn't have to pay resort fees, and used all points for that. Because my parents are members and their points, those points were running out, so they gave them to us. And thank you, Mum and Dad, again, as always. Thank you for giving us that. It really did help out with having this dream holiday. Then, of course, we took £1,000 each on the cards. Oh no, 1,200 each in terms of pounds on the cards, which equates to like $1,500 nearly. Then we took $500 in cash. So, as you can tell, we didn't spend all $500, so we only spent $300. We brought back 200. Not a cheap trip. Worthwhile, but not cheap. So, that is the end of my story, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below, and hit that bell notification to keep up to date with everything here on the channel. And of course, check out links in the description. There's TikTok, Instagram, Result, and Twitter, along with Simpson Plays, simpsonplays.com, and Twitch. Don't forget, next week, Lego Star Wars builds and Pokemon Elite Trainer Box opening for Vivid Voltage. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Round it back again if you didn't get any information or didn't get enough of me. Peace.